of Saint Anthony, and Saint Anthony is holding one lily, a flower, lily flower, and also a book. On the book there is a baby, infant Jesus, child Jesus. So what is the story behind it? Because one day when he was staying in one house which was provided by a lord, a very rich man, and it was a small room, and where he was praying in the closed room. And one day when this lord, the owner, the master of the house was walking, he could see a powerful light coming from one side. Then he wanted to see the supernatural light that is coming out of one part of his building. He went and searched, and then he came to know this light was coming through the small holes of Saint Anthony's room. Then he went and he started peeping through the small holes, and he wanted to see what exactly happening inside. And then he saw Saint Anthony is sitting there, kneeling down with so much of respect and reverence, and in his hand there is a baby Jesus. There is baby Jesus, and touching his face and embracing him, kissing him, talking to him. And Saint Anthony was speaking to this child Jesus, and in front of him there was Bible book kept open, and child Jesus is standing there and embracing Saint Anthony, and all these intimacy was going on between child Jesus and Saint Anthony. And then this master, the owner of this house, he was so shocked. With fear and trembling, he knelt down in front of the door. And when Saint Anthony came and opened, this man is kneeling down, crying there. And then Anthony told him not to tell these things to anyone until his death. And these things came out after his death. So you can see so many like these legends, and there are legends about Saint Anthony. There was one day, there was an atheist who did not believe in God, who wanted to mock Saint Anthony and said there is no God's presence in the Blessed Sacrament. One day when Saint Anthony was carrying the Blessed Sacrament, this atheist, he was feeding his donkey, which was hungry for 3 days. He was not given any food. And then when he was about to give the food, suddenly Saint Anthony was passing by with the Blessed Sacrament. The donkey saw the fodder, and also donkey saw Saint Anthony carrying the Blessed Sacrament. And then suddenly in front of this atheist, this donkey did not even look at the fodder, but knelt down in front of the Blessed Sacrament. And this is also one of the legends which are circulated among the people. And thus that atheist got converted, and we came to know there is strong presence, real presence of Jesus in the Eucharist. So, my dear brothers and sisters, as we celebrate the feast of Saint Anthony, let's ask the intercession of Saint Anthony in a special way. When he died in 1231, he died within 1 year. His fame spread everywhere. Within 1 year, Pope canonized him, made him a saint. After almost 340 years, his body was reopened. His tomb was opened to shift the body to the newly built basilica in Padua. When they opened the body, all the body parts were turned into dust, except the tongue. The tongue was as if it was a living person's tongue, so fresh. And that became very famous, and everywhere there are so many people started coming, and this tongue is still exposed and still kept in Padua, because he was a powerful preacher. He preached the gospel without any fear and mincing the words. And when during the preachings, when the people became, everyone knew his power, anointing, his powerful speech and preaching. Therefore, wherever he went, thousands of people used to flock and crowded. And later, in the last years of his life, even there were bodyguards to protect him from people, because people started collecting his clothes, and they started removing his clothes. because they all knew he's a living saint and he's going to be saint soon. So people started collecting his clothes and his the sandals and all the other things which he was using. And therefore, there were bodyguards surrounding him so that people may not take his clothes and other things. So because he was so famous. So my dear brothers and sisters, as we celebrate the feast of Saint Anthony today, let's ask the intercession of Saint Anthony in a special way and have a special devotion to Saint Anthony. And he lived a holy life. He preached the gospel without compromising, and he preached the truth even to the heretics so strongly and without even having any compromise on it. So let us be inspired through the powerful intercession of Saint Anthony of Padua.